put y'all up on something. Did y'all know that Africans have their own reparations claim that we ain't got nothing to do with? Did you know that? Did you know that there is a African reparations conference hosted by the African Union Commission and the government of the Republic of Ghana? And we ain't got nothing to do with that. And they up here sitting up here talking about in this article that they remixing our views on reparations. Is they? Is they saying that y'all shouldn't get what you asked for? Is they saying that you should get something that you ain't asked for? Kind of like y'all leaving over there, coming over here, talking about what we shouldn't get. We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast.
Cash App, Zelly, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, net spin, Venmo, stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash. Check reparations, 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 check. Yeah, well, if you talking compensation, it's about that time. You get.
Yiggity. And we're back. So it says in November 2024, I had the pleasure of traveling to Ghana to participate in the African Reparations Conference hosted by the African Union of Commissions in the government of the Republic of Ghana. It was an inspirational event with people from across the continent and the African diaspora emerging in one place at one time with one mission: reparations and reparations now. So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. How do y'all flee from y'all little decrepit little spots and have the nerves to twist your mouth up and come over here talking about what we ain't get, or talk about y'all included in it because you experienced racism with to a place you knew had racism and you chose to travel there? Wow. As the well, go ahead.
Was y'all trying to be on? I'm just saying. Talk about biting. One sound and one unity and all together.
We all black now. We just jumped over to different spots now. We all black.
Now y'all on code now all of a sudden for the article.
Check. I didn't even know about this. Check this out. As the chair of the Bahamas National Reparations Committee. So you telling me the Caribbean Bibians got a reparation committee too? But y'all got Tarana Burks. Y'all got what was Simone Sanders. Y'all got what's her name? Candace Owens. Y'all got Roland Martin. Y'all got all of these Caribbean Bibian tethers talking about what we ain't gonna get. This is crazy.
Or why you begging?
I was asked to present at the conference under the topic reparations as a catalyst for social change. That's why we can't mess with y'all, because you talk about some social change. We talking about economic change. There's a difference.
By way of
cutting the check.
Correct.
Sir Hilary Beckles, chairman of the CARICOM Reparations Committee, has defined reparation as...
Hold on, are we going to go past that? Like, that didn't just happen? So that didn't just happen. So you didn't just say Sir Hillary?
Hold on, let me look that up.
So we didn't just say Sir Hillary and we're just going to pass like Sir Hillary's just regular.
Oh, this is Sir Hillary right here, though.
Golly.
Sir Hillary.
What in the...
Interesting. Very interesting. The chairman of the CARICOM Reparations Committee has defined reparations as the process of repairing the consequences of crimes committed and the attempt to reasonably remove the debilitating effects of such crimes upon victims and their descendants. No, what are you talking about? No, you sound scary, my guy, sir,
I
Sir
like that
Hillary,
word salad. Salad.
Sir Hillary. You sound like a Sir Biatch.
Sir Bussery.
You said, let me say that again. The process of repairing the consequences of crimes committed and the attempt to reasonably remove debilitating efforts of such crimes upon victims and their descendants. What about the repair part? What about you just saying stop doing it? You just saying acknowledging it and stop doing it. What about the repair part? What about the money?
So you'll take a sorry.
I wanted to use this topic, therefore, an opportunity to view change as a remix, a call to evoke a spirit of jockeys, DLs, whose ingenuity emerged from the Caribbean to create new genres of music. So also they go to their little music people too as leaders too. I see. Mm. Is that's the same playbook they be trying to use with us?
I'm just the whole man. This whole thing is biting and reciting. P.
Yeah, and that sound like they got coons over there in their little midst too. It says I wanted to use the DJ's ability to change the way that we hear and sound, and it may be familiar. What does it got to do with reparations? 10 years. What the DJ? See, what are you talking about?
And this is another reason why we don't rock with y'all.
10 years after the establishment of CARICOM's Reparations Committee, we perceive reparations and the social change that we wish to obtain through them. What I come up with were three distinct perspectives in which to remix our views on reparations and expand the narrative. Damn, they remixing their own stuff. They don't even need no outside entity. They just coming right up with the trick bag remix. Look, don't talk about no cash now. What we gonna do is we gonna remix it, and we gonna give y'all some education and some apologies. Each remix includes a question proposed to all within the reparations movement to ponder. Nick, you don't repair nothing with questions. What are you talking about? Not necessarily to me to answer, but an action step, one that can move us to closer change that we see. The piece outlines the first and maybe the most pertinent remix of our exploration. The first remix is that I have the term as reparations as personhood. Bootstraps? Rooted in the purpose of reparations to remove the debilitating effects of crimes visited upon brown and black body. Brown and black?
See, just can't have nothing. I'm telling you, you can't have
What
nothing.
the heck?
You
They
can't
do
have
it
nothing.
too?
You can't have nothing.
Brown and black? I thought I would never hear it, but there it goes. And not even from the people who say they brown.
Right.
So, aha.
Ooh.
Tethers and Mexicans got a camaraderie.
Period.
Mexicans are brown through tethers. This is it right here. So who's the black then? And ain't you black? Shouldn't it? He's saying it backwards. So he brown. And who the black people is then? Black and brown bodies.
You niggas.
Yeah, native peoples of the Caribbean, the transatlantic slave trade, and enslaved Africans. Dang, they even different than the enslaved Africans, because it's us Caribbean Bivians who was enslaved Africans who came here and just made ourselves Caribbean Bivians, but we different than you Africans over there. They tribal even in their claims for reparations that don't even make sense. Anyway, it goes on to say, genocide of native peoples through the Caribbean and transatlantic slave trades, African enslaved Africans and debilitating effects of subsequent colonization. Reparations as personhood is the concept that was birthed in me before I really even knew what reparations movement was, and was a highlight in my first visit Ghana as a graduate student living in a guest house side of Legon. Walking to the campus every day, my colleagues and I made friends in the neighboring Rasta Frankie. He would accompany me along my daily walks to the campus, but he always go along ahead. One day we asked him, Ross Frankie, why why you does you go a long way around all the time instead of just walking through the neighborhood? And he replied by telling us that if we were to walk the most direct path, we would never get to school because he would have to stop and hail everybody along the way, especially since he was walking with foreigners and they would think that he was no longer speaking with them because he thought that he was too good. Now, what does this have to do with reparations?
Nothing, Burger.
This old bootstrap story. I had to walk around the village because you ain't never gonna get to school if you walk through the straight path. You got to take the squiggly line to success. What are you talking about? What?
Because all the people, they would know me. And then they would stop and they want to talk to me. And I ain't got time to talk to them. So then they think that I ain't from there no more. They think that I forgot where I came from.
If these people accept this dude's, see, look, I took reparations and I remixed it to personhood. That's right. Like, I remixed it to personhood. And what that means is sometimes you got to take the longer, more hard, difficult route. What? Pay up, buddy. What are you talking about?
Cut the check.
In the moment and many more moments before and to come, I was made aware of the sadness of us as a people because it's just as important in the Bahamas to be seen, to be acknowledged. It's not uncommon for someone to walk in a room and announce, "See me here." I used to wonder if this, y'all talking about being seen, being heard, walking around the village as to not raise attention on your way to school. What does this have to do with reparations, sir?
Trying to figure it out. Where's the slavery?
It says we want to be seen by other people because our humanity is known through people. Reparations that is embedded with the Ubuntu philosophy is the process of repairing our personhood. It is a way in which we can collectively call "see me here" the way in which we can be seen. What?
That is not reparations. You got to call that something else. I don't know. That's the forgiveness tour. That's the apology tour. That's the my feelings was hurt and you owe me a sorry tour. You're not part of that.
Listen to this. The question here is what happens to people who were never meant to be seen, whose bodies were to be consumed, but whose names were erased. People whose voices were choked out, never to be heard, and whose very existence was safer invisible. What? I'm trying to give them a chance, y'all. I'm trying to make sense out of it. It says, okay, and this is a quote. It says, Bahama-born author, historian Chris Manaralada, Black Ghosts of Empire, outline how the manifestation of his type of erasure in history. Y'all talking about erasures in history and see me bodies that wasn't meant to be seen but better invisible. That's what they said. Okay, here goes a quote from Cuz. To ghost someone is to ignore them, to see through them, and just to look past them. To ghostline a people's history is to systematically ignore the meaning of their collective experience, generation after generation, century after century, and the coming practices adopted by whole societies of unseen, the unpleasured parts, the unhearing of their historical demands for reparative justice. That's why
You
they
lost
got
me.
y'all to come over here and get into politics. That's why the Congressional Black Caucus is mostly tethers. This is why. Because they don't want money. They want to
At
be
all.
seen. They want to be acknowledged. They want the permission to wear their regular hair in court when judging people.
Right.
Reparative justice demands Redling in the past that detects voices previously co-signed with the man. I'm not finna keep reading this BS. Last sentence or last paragraph. The,
Last paragraph.
the suggestion that reparations can help us to become more than humankind we have known is what I mean when I say reparations as personhood. Reparations remix as more than the popular notion of payouts to include the definition that help us restore ourselves. So what you supposed to go do, man? Kill the cow, skin them, make the leather, get some thread, fashion a needle out of steel, sew together some boots, put them on, wear them. like, like personhood, restore yourselves. That's not reparations.
It is not.
Reparation as a tool to help us see the fullness of our humanity first within ourselves and then within each other. So not the people that owe you,
No,
not them.
no, no. It's something where you gotta go on the journey on your own now. You gotta look within to find reparations. Reparations is already in your heart now. It's in your heart. You just gotta find where it's at. And there's a little cave in there with the treasure of reparations. It's waiting for you. Forgive yourself. You need to forgive
Ghana,
yourself.
Caribbean, Ghana, Caribbean. That's Jamaican and all that. All y'all. This y'all people. This what CARICOM is about. I ain't know none of this. I'm just telling you right now. I learned something today. CARICOM is the reason why they put all tethers in our political process. Because this is why. Because they can't even get it from where they come from. They
Period.
scared. You ain't hear. You heard Cat at the end. It's not about now. It's just not about the cash payments now. It's just not about that. It's about getting yourself together. It's about recognizing your full humanity and restoring yourself to the best of your ability.
That's the
Never
craziest thing I
mind
ever
what
heard.
somebody did to you. Don't worry about what somebody did to you. Because that ain't reparation right there. See, what you're doing is you asking somebody else to repair you. Well, you should be repairing yourself. That's what you should be doing. Restorative. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I just wanted y'all to see that we got the realest thing smoking, man. This is why they envy us. This is why you see all these little memes and all of that about how much they hate Black Americans because we ain't scared to say what it is, and y'all can't even say cut the check. You're scared of that. I'm trying to figure out what they're getting paid. Well, hey, I forgot. They is colonized. But he didn't even say that. I ain't even here for centuries of colonization and apartheid and cutting our arms off and nubs and clitoral castration and all this other. I ain't hear none of that. Because what you need to do is put the restoration on yourself. Because yourself ain't restored. Anyway, I need y'all to do 4 things for me. I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike, comment your comment, share if you care about getting black empowerment everywhere. Let me know if you knew that Tethers had a well, I ain't even gonna call that reparations. I'm gonna call that a copycat claim of what black people doing. That's what they got. Other than that, love, peace, blessings, and maloha. I'm out the doha. For sure.